Yo, what's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday night. It's Mike and Kat and Rachel back with you. And what's up, guys?
I was just talking about these gummies I bought that aren't very good.
Aren't very good or are very good?
They taste great, and they're really they're 100 milligrams.
Yeah.
So they're a lot, and they just don't. Like at first, Nathan, we split one, and I was like, because I'm having to work my way back into edibles because 100 milligrams used to be like what I would do. But obviously, when I was pregnant, I didn't eat any.
Right.
And now that so I'm like working my way back into it. I'm like, I don't feel like this. So I ate a whole other one after that. I'm at 150 milligrams now.
It's gonna hit you, and you're not gonna expect it.
No, not today. I did it yesterday, so it didn't.
Gotcha.
Ever. And I was like, huh. Because I've had that before, where it does hit me later, or I'll wake up in the middle of the night, my mouth will be all dry and awful, and I'm like, okay, that's not fun. Why would I just want cotton mouth in the middle of the night? Like, no.
Edibles are hit or miss for me, man. They either work or they don't. There's no in between.
And my Negroni looks so cool in my black and white outfit.
Nice.
Like, yeah.
So what's up, guys? How's your week been?
Short so far.
Short. Well, last week.
And that with my baby. It was 82 degrees here yesterday.
That's crazy. It was 75 here, I think.
That's wild.
Today is my last day off. I go back to work tomorrow. Boo.
Lame.
Not really. I like my job, but it's nice to have some time off. I requested off Saturday and Sunday, which I normally work 8 to 4 those days, and then I have Monday and Tuesday off. So I've had I worked Friday night, and I've been off since Friday night.
Yeah, we went to an anime convention.
Yeah, tell us about the convention. How was it?
It was. I'll let Rachel tell. It was more her thing. She'll do a better job of telling about it than I do.
So we parked like 3/4 of a mile away from the convention center. Had to walk to the convention center. Walked all the way down to the entrance. Walked around. Did circles like 300 times. So we probably hit close to like probably 3,500 steps that day.
It was a lot.
And then walking all the way back. But they had so many cool vendors and like little shops and stuff. It was really cool.
Yeah.
So why did you walk around the convention center so many times?
Just looking at different things. Like
looking at stuff. Oh, I thought you got lost.
No, Nico got on the news. Nico was on the news. Yeah, it was cool. They were doing a little story about the convention, and she was on at the very end. You could see her. She had me buy her this Chainsaw Man hat. It's pretty funny.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys had a good time.
Yeah, it was interesting. I'm just glad that they had a good time. I was out of my element, man.
You look like you're suffering from PSP from this incident.
Yeah, maybe just a little. Too many people in costumes for my liking. It was weird.
So my friend Lindsay here goes to Eureka Springs every Halloween for the zombie crawl.
Oh yeah. I forget they have that up there. I've never been.
Heard of it. And she says that she may even take her kid. And our kid was like 9. But she may take him next year. Like she said, the daytime stuff is very family friendly.
Yeah.
But she's at 9. She gets decked out head to toe in zombie,
cool.
Like full makeup, like everything.
Nothing wrong with that.
I said the first time she went, I was like, I'll go with you next year, and I was pregnant, or actually I just had the baby, and so I was like, no, obviously, no, I was pregnant, sorry, and then this year I just had the baby, so yes, so I missed the last of them.
Isn't it like a food drive kind of thing? Like you have to do like canned, non-perishable goods or whatever to get in?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that, and all the bars participate. I just love Eureka. Eureka's such a cool town.
It is a cool little town, man. Well, it ain't so little anymore.
I like Eureka.
Yeah,
I went every year since like 2019 until last year. I didn't go at all last year.
Yeah. Oh well.
I love Eureka. It's such a great spot. It's so full of, I don't know, hope.
for Arkansas, yeah, man. It's like
Yeah, I mean, it's encouraging to be there. Just I don't know why.
I don't
everyone's
feel like I'm in Arkansas when I'm there. You know?
Yeah.
Really?
No, I don't. I
Eureka
feel like
is
I'm
the
somewhere
one
else.
place. Eureka is the one place in Arkansas I feel safe walking the streets at nighttime because you pass by someone, they're just like, "Hey, how are you?
Yeah.
How's it going? No one's gonna stab you."
You say that now, and then
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
My dog at
have
night.
some hope.
Fine. It's fine.
your dog what?
I said I walk my dog in Brooklyn at night. It's fine. I
Yeah.
hung out with strangers in East Harlem on fire escapes at 4 a.m. It's all good. No big deal.
Yeah. It's usually
no.
not the strangers you have to worry
I've
about.
been like, okay, what were you thinking? Like, seriously. And it's not that I'm trusting and naive. I'm just, had the situation felt sketchy, obviously I wouldn't have been there. But I do catch myself getting an Uber. It's 4:30 in the morning, and I'm literally on a fire escape with a stranger, and I'm going, what is wrong with me? Like, and then I get in the Uber, I said, what is not wrong with me? I was like, this is great. I was like, nothing is wrong with me. I'm fucking perfect. I was like, that's what I am. I'm perfect, and I do everything right, and I get the best life experiences because of it.
And I am extra careful and miss out on life experiences because of it.
There, I know, and so there needs to be a balance to that a little bit, Mikey. You
I
know?
agree, but man, it's hard.
I'm somewhere in between.
Stuff, so you should love being scared. You need to scare yourself a little bit, and then when you see that it's okay, you know, maybe you'll do more. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
maybe.
something to do and stay in the night somewhere and wake up and go, holy shit, everything's just the way it was when I went to sleep.
Yeah.
I would. Oh.
Easier said than done for
I
me,
know,
but I get
I know.
the point. Yeah. Yeah.
It's not with you. Well, on that kind of, do we want to roll into our subject for the evening?
Sure, man. I'll let you roll. You can roll into it.
Yeah. Well, because I've talked to a lot of friends lately, and it's kind of like, it's fresh on my mind. So, self-medicating is kind of what I wanted to talk about tonight. Because everybody does it, whether they realize it or not. In some way, shape, or form, everybody self-medicates. Whether it's with a soda or a tea or a coffee or, you know, a bath. I mean, there's all kinds of self-medication.
Right on.
But there's good and bad. And then there's, you know, obviously being aware of what self-medicating is and when you actually should probably go for medication, like actual medication. That's kind of more what I want to talk about, because people, there's no line. There is a line, but people think that, you know, if they're drinking every night to go to sleep, or if they're, you know, or if they're drinking every time they feel like this, or if they're that is definitely, and if it's an everyday thing, that is definitely a self-medication issue that is not good. That's something that you probably should take, you know, I don't know. I've just had friends, and myself included. I'm really bad at it, and I don't really, I guess I have to. So yeah. So in order to kind of get through a day, there would be things that I would, you know, to have to take or do to make me feel normal. And not, you know, and that's not normal, I guess. I guess it's okay. I don't know really how I mean, what is your experience with that, Michael?
Oh man, I've self-medicated like my whole adult life. I mean, not with alcohol. You know me, I've never been like a drinker, but weed mainly. Just, you know, weed's been my best friend, and it's helped me. And I mean, that's why I have like my medical card. You know, it's like it does help. But yeah, that.
Because weed is kind of a medicine.
Yeah. Sodas, I'm
like drugs and alcohol for.
Yeah, I've never been like a big alcohol person. I've done my crazy things in life, but I've never really self-medicated with anything but weed and sodas. I'm addicted to sodas really bad.
So my friends are having issues getting onto the podcast. Sorry.
Somebody's what?
She has issues getting onto the podcast every week. And I want to say, here's what pops up. It says that.
Weird. video.
She's got to be on her end.
Yeah, because we got people watching, so.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt all that.
Oh, no, you're fine, man. I was done anyway.
But, a lot of people don't see the problems that they have as something to take to a doctor,
Right.
I guess, so they can take it to the bar.
Yeah. What were you saying, Rach?
I was just going to say, I've had people in my life, every time they experience like any kind of anxiety, they self-medicated with alcohol,
Yeah.
and it was something that they didn't want to go to the doctor. They didn't feel the need to go to the doctor, but it was something that they needed professional help with.
Yeah.
But they chose actively not to,
But it's hard to admit when you got a problem,
Yeah.
But it's okay, and that's kind of the point I guess I'm trying to make, is all three of us are sitting here and saying, I have a problem, I've had problems, and I've gone to the doctor. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, man.
It's okay to have problems and go to the doctor. And,
For sure.
And believe it or not, the doctor doesn't really judge you the way you think they do.
No, I couldn't survive without my doctor, man. Like, I don't know what I'd do without him.
People have dedicated their whole lives to help you.
Right on. It's the truth.
And they really have.
If you find a good doctor, especially, a doctor that cares, they're all supposed to care, but let's face it, it's a business just like anything else. But if you find a good doctor that cares, man, that's worth a lot, a whole lot.
It is. It's very important, very special. I love my lady. She just transferred places. She was going back home to Nigeria for a month, and then just got back and got a hold of me because she transferred where she was at. And I was like, "Can I still see you?" She told me last month that she was leaving. I was like, I stopped and said, "Well, what am I gonna do?" I was like, "I can't. What? What am I gonna do?" I was like, "Can you tell me where you're going?" She's like, "No, I'm not allowed to because of the contract. Wherever she was at her place, she couldn't tell me where she was going." So I'm like, what am I gonna do? She's like, you can Google. I'm like going, I gotta Google you when you get back. I'm freaking out. And she called me on a regular cell phone. She'd gotten my number, and so I've connected back with her, and I'm like, oh, thank God.
Cool.
Because and she's not even a licensed doctor. I think she's a
practitioner. Yeah.
Yeah. She's
what I see.
Yeah, she's some kind of certified therapist, but she, like for my prescriptions, she has to get, like the doctor to sign off on them.
Right. Yeah. If they prescribe certain things, they have to have a doctor sign off. But usually just narcotics, But
The good stuff.
how's your experience with a nurse practitioner, Rach?
In my experience, it's a lot less nerve-wracking than going to a regular doctor for some reason for me. Also, this is the first time I had a female. I'd only been, my family doctor when I was a child was a male doctor, and not to be, rude or anything, but he made me uncomfortable. I was not comfortable going to the doctor to see him for anything.
Yeah.
So when I became an adult and I could choose where I wanted to go, I did some research and I found a clinic that was here in town that I could book my appointments online. I didn't have to make phone calls to book appointments, which that always gave me, a lot of anxiety, having to make appointments and call over the phone. Michael knows all about that. I hate calling people. But I can book appointments over the phone, online, and then just show up, check in. I see a nurse in the beginning who checks me out, weighs me, whatever, does what we're going to talk about with the nurse practitioner. So, and then she comes in and then we talk about, most of the time when I go, it's mental health reasons and stuff. And I found that the one that I go to, she's just very easy to talk to. She's very understanding. She's dealt with mental health herself, so she's not judgmental at all with anything that I tell her.
I think everything has kind of evolved into that. I think that we have all evolved a little bit more into not looking at mental health as such a bad thing. Because everyone, again, at the end of the day, everyone has something wrong with them.
Right.
in some way, shape, or form. And so the fact that it was ignored for so long, or like, a stigma, that's horrible. It's kind of why a lot of people are the way they are. It's because they weren't able to get the help, or they couldn't get the help they needed.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean you're crazy either.
No.
A lot of people just think that if you see a counselor or you have any kind of issues like that, it automatically makes you crazy in the eyes of others. Well, maybe in the eyes of others, but it doesn't make you crazy, man.
And crazy's not a bad thing, really. I mean, it's also bad.
Right?
It's like, she's crazy, Well, and then you're like, no, she's crazy. And it's like, well, okay, what is crazy anymore? So it's like, I don't mind. I mean, I don't mind crazy being the word for it. That's fine. That works for me. I don't want to be called a weirdo.
Yeah. No, that's understandable.
As far as like medication and stuff, like I've shared with like some of my coworkers like what kind of medication that I'm on, and I told she was my supervisor at the time, and I told her, I was like, yeah, she was telling me about her husband dealing with bipolar disorder and how he has to take, antipsychotics. And I was like, oh, I take antipsychotics. And she's like, I would have never, guessed that. And I'm like, because it works.
Right.
Yeah. If it does its job, yeah.
But it's always important when you realize that something's going on, or your friends or your family realize that something's going on, having that space to have someone to talk to about your mental health, about like certain prescriptions that might help you. And whenever I first went, they did like a DNA test. So what that is they test you and they send it off, and it brings you back a chart of what medications. So there was a green zone, a yellow zone, and a red zone. Green is good. You should have no side effects whatsoever. Yellow, you'll have some side effects depending on, what it is. And red was like a no-go. Like, it's not going to work.
Interesting.
Again. So that way I didn't have to go through trial and error. I didn't have to go through the trial and error of switching medications, trying medications that didn't work. Because of that genetic testing, I was able to start medications that worked for me immediately.
Wow. That's very interesting. Yeah, see, because I went through that in my 20s. Because again, at that time, mental health medication, there was Prozac, Lexapro, there were like 5 out there,
Paxil.
And I forgot about that one, Paxil.
Yeah.
Which you ended up getting on. Well, there was one that came out way after that no one even heard of, you know what I mean? So like, there were only 5, and I got so sick and tired of being, and the way I was like guinea pig. I was like, I feel like my own guinea pig for my own, and I was like, I feel like other people are testing me and studying me, and I'm not getting any, because then you had to wait 2 weeks for it to even work to figure out how horrible it was going to be. So you're going through the horrible shit in your life anyway, and then after the 2 weeks, it kicks in, and your life is so much shittier, and then you got to go back to the doctor, which sucks. They make it a horrible experience, and then you get there and they give you something else, and you go through the whole process again. Like, I remember getting my oil changed, and like someone waking me up because I was passing out everywhere. Like, that was one that I tried, and I'm like, I can't do this shit anymore. Like, I'm done, and I smoked weed and meditated for a long time, and that chilled me out for a little while. That worked for a good 5 years, but it's just, that's so nice they have that now. Wow.
Yeah, I wish I'd have had that back when I was going through all that crap, man.
Yeah.
I wonder how long they've been doing that.
That's crazy. I got suspicious at first, though, because I don't do the ancestry DNA stuff because I know the police will use it.
Right on, man.
I know, I'm against it.
Me too.
Family trouble. And I never believed it. I thought that was so silly. And Dr. Dave, who comes to our family's campouts, had a big conversation with Nathan about it long ago. And Nathan's always been against it. And I'm like, oh, what? It's cool. It's fun. But me watching Law & Order SVU all the time, here I am watching it they find people. They're like, oh, we found a familial match through a database. And I'm like going,
they do that shit all the time.
no, thank you. Like, I'm not trying to go down that road. No.
Me neither, man.
One of my cousins got that done, and they figured out that their dad had a secret kid that they didn't tell him about.
See, that's
yeah. See.
I mean, there's a lot in that situation not okay, but like, yeah, I mean, that, and we found a my grandfather had, I don't know if it was a brother or a son of his that none of us knew about, that my cousin found on one of our through her doing it, and I'm like, shit, please don't do any more of that. The Thomases are so screwed up anyway. Like, please stop.
Yeah. Like, we don't need any more. It's pretty funny.
I know. Well, she sent me the picture. She goes like, look at this. She's like, Papa. I'm like, that is Papa. She's like, it is not Papa. I was like, who is that man? She goes, a man I found through blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And it was just some random man we found through her doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
People's lives that way, though. You know, like, he was in a family Christmas photo with all these people. Like, they have a life. Like, we don't need to start ripping all that apart. Like,
Yeah.
that's kind of, the truth is one thing, and it's real important. But again, watching Law and Order SVU all the time, they destroy families just because, like.
It's true, man. I don't mean to laugh, but it's true.
It's horrible. Yeah. Like, the great-grandparents of somebody who died and the kid was adopted, and they never knew about it until 12 years later, and then they're like, no, that kid's mine, and they rip them from the family they've ever known.
Yeah.
It's like, that's horrible. Why would you do that? Like,
That's a good point. It's a good point.
I was talking to Rachel earlier when I had my drink, and I was like, oh, I need a cigar, and I was like, I've got one. So.
Oh my God, you're smoking a cigar?
I'm not smoking it. I'm just going to chew on it.
It's like Zeb Coulter. He just chews on the cigar and doesn't smoke it.
Like, well, I went to my girls' night. I'm a creature of habit, and when I went to Mom's night out. When I go places, I have to always do the same things. Which, like when I go to Buster Bellies, which it closed. Oh my God.
Buster Bellies?
In Fayetteville, it closed. Yes. Best bar ever is dead now.
It doesn't exist anymore.
No, and when we were flying home, I think it was from when we flew home from New York. Again, I go in, I'm like, I need a push-up shot, and da-da-da-da. Like, the same stuff I always order there 100 million years, and I sit there and drink, I'm like, huh. Like, who drinks this shit? This is the worst thing. And it's like I just turned 21. Can I have booze? Like, alcohol palate going on here? Yeah. Really bad, but me being me, I'm like, can I get a push-up shot and a blueberry vodka and Sprite? You know, because that's what I drink. And I'm just like, oh, being smoked cigarettes inside. And so I bought cigarettes so I could just smoke them inside. Just because I love saying, you know. Because back when I smoked, I only smoked because I could. That
Right.
literally. I was like, why are you smoking? I'm like, because I'm 18 and I can. I'm an adult. You cannot tell me I cannot. And so, like, that's why I did it. And so, whenever I quit smoking. And then when I moved to here in Tulsa, and they were smoking inside of the big old cigarette machine, I was like, yes! So I literally went and bought my first pack of cigarettes in ages and sat inside and smoked because I do it for the novelty and nostalgia. Those are my favorite drugs.
Yeah.
Like, so high off of that. It's unreal. And that's what I love more than anything, is like remembering.
Oh, nostalgia is a hell of a drug, man.
But I went on Mom's night out the other night, and the cigar place here, I'm like, I always go in and buy the cigar. And I did, but I didn't want to smoke it. And so, there it is. I told Rachel, I was like, I have one. I just bought because I have to do what I always did.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that, man. Makes me want a cigar to chew on, too. They taste good.
They do taste good.
They do. They do.
It's not bad.
You guys are crazy.
What, you don't think cigars taste good?
I've never smoked one, but I have chewed on one before, and no. I'm not a fan.
They taste good, I think.
At that point, you might as well dip.
Well, what's wrong with dipping, man?
Well, mean,
Yeah,
my stepdad has dipped like the whole time I've known him, you know. But he did that to quit smoking because he used to smoke cigarettes. So, like, I understand that, but like, I don't know, dipping is just gross to me. You're just chewing on it and spitting it out.
I think it's the constant round spit that's gross.
Yeah. Or like some people swallow it.
The
some people like don't get sick from it and just swallow it.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. That's crazy.
I've had people's dip cups spilled on me and shit, and that's so
Oh,
gross.
yeah, that's pretty nasty.
Have you ever accidentally drank a dip cup?
I've accidentally drank the cigarette beer. And that beer that I put so many cigarettes in, I have done that God knows how many times, and it's the worst thing in the entire world.
Dr. Cigarette's not very good either.
Oh, you did the same thing? You would put that in?
Dr. Pepper, yeah.
You use that as the ashtray, and then you fucking grab that one?
I did that like a week or so back. I took a big... But luckily, before I swallowed it, I spit it out. But I was like, it was so gross.
Was I there for that?
I can't remember.
Because I swear I remember you spitting out your drink, and I was like, what the hell is he doing?
That's probably what it was. Because I would never just spit out good Dr. Pepper.
God. Nathan's a huge Dr. Pepper person. That's not my thing.
I go through so many Dr. Pepper. It's not even funny.
We bought a 12-pack, today?
Yesterday,
and it's at halfway right now.
But you've been drinking on it too.
Like every other day.
My first one.
Your second one.
All right.
You had one last night.
No, that was from the other one.
No, it was the first one out of the pack. I opened it and got it out for you.
Well, how nice of you. Thank you.
Right on, I'm telling you. My Captain Spaulding Lego I got at the anime convention.
So cool.
It is
I
really
really
cool.
liked that pink Batman with the butterfly wings. That was so cool.
I've got that in a spare bedroom somewhere. Yeah, I'm super happy to have Captain Spaulding.
I was just going to quickly grab a glass of wine, but I really want another Negroni, so I'll just bring you guys.
Yeah, just bring us with you.
Adventures.
Adventure time.
I was going to bring you guys out anyway because I was going to show the schedule I made on the wall because I put my schedule up.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
Oh,
nice.
cool.
Here it is. And so I've got random to do things down here. I've got Baker and Strong. And those on the white, so that's the stuff that I'm going to do every single day, which is like water plants, baby laundry.
Yeah.
Tuesday's like mommy, daddy laundry, podcast. Wednesday is, my glasses are contacts in. Some clean up fridge, and then bathrooms, and blah, blah, so.
Hey, at least you got a schedule.
Well, I told them, it's not going to be immediate, because right now our house is not in that state, but once our house is in the state of maintaining only,
Yeah.
then I can just maintain to keep, all these areas clean by, this is a toy that Sasha has eaten. I just saw it up there whenever I did that. That's funny. You want to say? Okay, I'm letting the dogs out too. So, albums of the week. Who's got what?
I'll let Rach go first. She was already
I've
thinking.
got one. Probably an unpopular opinion, but a childhood favorite nonetheless.
What do you got?
I got 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge by My Chemical Romance.
Ugh.
Oh.
Hey now.
Are you not you're not a MCR fan?
No. I worked at Hot Topic, man. All the little
You had to
kids
listen to
came
it.
in for that and burned me out on it. Not saying that they're bad or anything, not knocking it. Just I got too much of it,
That's fair.
Yeah.
That was one of those albums that I could have on repeat. When I was like 12, 13, when I first, discovered them. I was like, wow, this is great. And listened to it nonstop. I got older and I was like, eh. But
Yeah.
I've listened to it somewhat recently and I was like, man, I still know every word to all of these songs.
Sasha, come on. Here's your treat. No, Sasha. Come on. Good girl.
Yeah.
It's gotten to where I can just open the door. And Sasha is so afraid of Dakota except for treat time. And when I give Dakota her treat, like, Sasha literally will try to take it out of her mouth. I hate when I do this. Oh, man.
What'd you do?
I've been talking and I don't know. Did I put the gin in yet? Can we rewind it to see?
No, you were out of camera view. Or, yeah, so if you did, I have no idea.
No, I didn't. I don't think. Shit. I hate this. Oh, wrong cup. Okay, there. Shoot fire.
You'll get it in a minute.
Maybe.
Making drinks with Kat.
Now my old boss, Mr. Bournet, drank Bombay gin, and this is the only gin I've ever drank since working for him.
I don't know if I've ever drank gin. I mean, I'm sure I have in mixed drinks, but I don't know if I've ever had, like, gin and tonic or anything like that. I don't think I have.
Connor tried to get me to drink bourbon the other night, and I was like, no way, Jose.
Oh, that's nice. We've got a lot of really good bourbon here. Bourbon's good.
Bourbon.
So I don't like my bourbon mixed, though. Like, I like it, I like a good bourbon by itself.
Yeah.
I'm just not a dark liquor person.
I love rum, man. I love dark rum, spiced rum, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, yeah, you're a rum person?
Yeah. When I do drink, I drink rum.
I drink just about everything. I mean, I don't drink tequila, really. I'm not, like, big into margaritas or any of that.
I like frozen margaritas.
A lot of people like frozen margaritas. I don't know if I've ever even had one of those. Do you guys remember Tudors?
What?
Tudors. They were like these shots that you would get in like these like little tubes. They were like those little scientific tubes. What are they called?
Like a test tube?
Yeah, like a test tube. And it would be full of a shot. You could get different flavors. We used to buy those, man. When I went to Rock and Shock up in Connecticut, or Massachusetts, whatever you want to call it. Man, we bought those. We got hammered on those things. They were so good.
I think that was before my time.
Well, they're called Tudors. They still sell them because I saw them not too long ago, and I was like, if I had time, I'd buy them for nostalgia purposes, but I didn't.
Well, you know what sucks about nostalgia, though? And, I mean, when no one knows. That's the part I get so upset over when I'm like, but, and you go, but, and, like, no one around you has any idea what the fuck you're talking about. And it's like, did that actually happen?
I guess that's kind of a thing with us because of the age difference. Sometimes he just brings up something and he's like, do you know blah, 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 blah? And I'm like, no.
You don't have a clue.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes, like, do you remember? See, Nathan's only 6 years younger than me, and he remembers a lot of things, but there's just different time periods in my life. I'm like, but this is a huge thing. And so, like, Hollis is someone I can usually contact and be like, bro, you remember this? And half the time, fucking, she doesn't. And that makes me so mad because I knew she was there before. She doesn't remember it. And that's not fair because the fact she doesn't remember is one thing. But
yeah,
I knew what had happened. But yeah, that's a whole nother problem is when they don't remember.
It's the same way, like, reverse, though. Like, I'll remember things from my childhood and be like, do you remember blah, blah, blah? And he's like, no.
I forgot more than you know.
Rachel, I bet some of your things you remember from your childhood are probably like some of my favorite things from that time period. Like, I'm very interested. I would love to play that game with you.
Do you remember Tamagotchis?
I loved Tamagotchis. I had one. Duh.
The hell's a Tamagotchi?
Exactly. See? They were little eggs, and they had 3 buttons.
Oh yeah, you had to keep them alive.
Oh, I triggered something.
Nice. So who's in the chat? We got people watching. What? Anybody in the chat? Anybody got a comment? Questions? Comments? Concerns?
I love it. Melissa's watching. I just talked about her.
We had an old college professor at the end of every class. He'd be like, comments, questions, anything. Anything.
The company has to look around the house and find me now. So, like, she just found me. So I can shut the door down. She does her own thing for a minute, but then she's got to find me. And I've gotten to where I have to leave her in the nursery at night because I can't go and wake her up and be like, come on, quietly to get out of the nursery. And so I just have to watch the monitor and watch for Dakota to start wandering around in the dark and running into things. When I see her like running into the dresser, I'm like, oh, I gotta go open the door for Dokes.
Poor dog.
She's fine. There's nothing poor about that dog. She's good. That's the way I keep telling myself. I'm like, she is just fine. She has been living her best dog life for as long as she knows.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I mean, she's had a good life.
Better than a lot of humans. So she's got nothing to bitch about.
Yeah.
I can only hope I give my daughter as good a dog or good a life as I give my dog.
I'm pretty sure you can do that, man. Surely.
I hope so.
Yeah, fingers crossed, right?
That dog's had a great life. I tell you, that baby's so funny. She has been like, she's ready to go. She's every time you touch her, she's up on her legs, ready to go on her feet.
Yeah.
And I just like, I still her like balance against me, and she's standing up by herself.
Man, I'm telling you, Kat, it'll go by quick. I saw a thing.
Yeah. I want it to go by quick because I'm here for all of it every single day, and so like the less you need from me, the better.
Yeah, I saw this thing online the other day, and it's like, you know, one day you'll put down your daughter for the last time, or one time you put your daughter down and it was the last time, you know, but you didn't know it or something, and I'm like, wah, you know, like, it shit made me sad, man, like, because it's true, like, one day you just put them down and you're not going to pick them up again.
Aww.
Yeah, think about that. It's all, you know, now you're picking her up all the time, you know, blah, blah, blah. But someday you'll pick her up for the last time and put her down and not even know it.
You her to not, like.
Yeah, it's sad, man.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. Because from the very beginning, I was just like, right now she needs 150% of my time. I'm ready for her to need more like 80% of my time. 80% of my time, even.
Yeah, hey man, it'll be here soon enough. Trust me.
But you know, she's already gotten. I mean, it's already gotten there. Well, I say that she went through that phase. Now she needs more. She went through a very small phase where she needed nothing really, and now she wants. Now I've got to like play with her during her wake window like a lot.
Yeah.
And we're watching stuff on TV. Oh, Rainbow Dance Party is our new favorite thing. And
I've never heard of that.
Party, and it's like these rainbows dancing to techno music, and it's really cool.
Okay.
Have you seen the sensory dancing fruit?
Okay, so it's and maybe from the same people. The Hey Bear are the people who do it, and they have the sensory dancing fruit, and they also have the Rainbow Dance Party. I wonder if it's the same people. Like, yeah, I love it. We love all of the sensory dancing things.
Sensory dancing.
Imagine when we were like 19. I mean, you know, going to raves, how cool that would have been to look at.
It's insane. Raves. I forget about the raves.
I mean, we used to look at the weird, like, you know, the very first screensaver thing. Like that.
Yeah.
Like that was as cool as it got for us. back then.
I forgot about the old screen. I miss the old haunted house screensaver, man. From Windows 95. It was so cool. It was just like an old house that had bats coming out of it in the moon.
The house, the one big house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Screensavers are still not a thing anymore.
Yeah, I need a cool screensaver for my computer, but I'm so afraid of getting a virus.
Not a thing anymore.
What?
No, screensavers aren't a thing anymore because you don't have to save your screen because they're no longer made of that material. So the whole purpose of screensavers was to save your screen from processing that time, but now the screens are made to where that's not an issue.
Well, I still have a screensaver on my computer. I do.
Okay.
I swear I do, man. It's like saving that screen. I ain't taking no chances. I'm not taking any chances whatsoever.
Are you best friends with the insurance people?
The insurance people?
Oh, joke.
Oh, no.
Just because you seem very safe about everything.
I am safe, man. You know me,
That's when I couldn't believe when you jumped off a rock and hurt yourself. I called bullshit that day. And I was like, he did not jump up a fucking rock.
I never made it to the jumping part, man. I fell. I never got to the jumping part. I fell. Sure as shit. It was crazy. But, I lived to tell about it, so I guess that's got to count for something, right?
I just thought he died.
Music of this week. Or Mikey, did you do yours?
No, I haven't done mine.
What's yours?
Mine is Faith No More, The Real Thing. Great album.
Okay. I honestly was thinking Faith Plus One.
Oh, yeah. South Park. With Faith Plus One.
Yeah.
No, I'm not that bad, Faith Plus One.
Specifically, like, doing a South Park reference, I was like, wait, what? Faith No More, yes. Okay.
Yeah, it's a great album. What's yours?
Okay. Carney by Leon Russell.
Leon Russell. I'm not familiar.
This is a great album.
What kind of music is it?
So, it's 60s.
Okay.
Maybe 70s. I'll probably get my wrist slapped for saying whatever wrong. It's so funny. Like, this is taped up here. I need to tape up this side and that side too. I remember ordering this on Amazon because my little dive bar that I go to has album nights on Sundays. And if you bring in a vinyl, and this is my very first vinyl I ordered, and I was so excited. And I was like, yeah! I brought in my first vinyl. He thought I was bringing me to play, and I'm like, I'm really, no. So I was like, I've already got my vinyl to play. He's like, is it you? And I'm like, no, it's not me. It's this. So, but anyway, he takes it and he plays side B, which is a bold fucking choice. So, side B of this album is like, it starts out with like twisted, angry, carny sounds. Like, and it's like 13 minutes of just, it's horrible. It's awful. It's very scary.
13 minutes?
No, it's not really that long. But it's long enough in a bar to where, like, everyone's going, what is happening? Do we need to leave? Let me see here. Side. Oh, I guess, no, it's only 45 seconds of it. But it sounds like 13 minutes.
Damn. It's annoying if it feels like it's
like old, drunk people, and, like, this comes on. Yeah. And it's super, like, scary sounding. But my buddy Frog, he was like, this is Leon Russell, you don't fucking know? And I'm like, yeah, that's my guy. But so no, the song "Tightrope." My first boss out of college, Mr. Bourne, he listened to that all the time. He listened to Leon Russell a lot, and I would either love or dislove his music. But he had one of those big old player, that had like 8 discs.
Yeah.
Like,
I miss those.
So his Leon Russell mixed disc that he made was one of the ones that would go through, and I fell in love with the song "Tightrope," and kind of like went on my own Leon Russell experience from there. But that's where I got a lot of my really good music stuff from. Was just so I'd known obviously from my parents, but Mr. Bourne was like into it all the time. He had big loud speakers in that 8-disc changer that he would, or 6-disc changer, whatever it was, that he would play. And there's stuff I loved, and that was when I realized I hated Neil Young, and I called my mother crying in the hallway, and I'm like, I hate Neil Young, I'm so sorry. And I didn't realize, because I love Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, but
you just hate Neil Young.
I used to always know it at the tip of my tongue, or like always know it, but he put out that album by himself, and Mr. Bourne would play it all the time. I'm like, this is the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. I'm like, I hate this. And I was like, who is this? And he's like, this is Neil Young. I'm like going, oh shit. Like, I felt like I was in trouble. I called my mom crying, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I hate Neil Young. I'm so sorry. It was awful. But
I can just hear you doing that too.
I was like, I'm sorry. I have to tell you, I hate Neil Young.
What are your thoughts on Neil Young, Rach?
I don't have very many thoughts on Neil Young, to be honest.
Said who's Neil Young? That would have been the best response.
Yeah. No, she knows who Neil Young is.
I know that, but that would have been the funny response there. Who's Neil Young?
Yeah, who's Neil Young? And why are you asking me about him? What's going on?
I mean, but here's the thing. He actually, when I go back into his older stuff by himself, actually, Mr. Bourne sent me the Decades album, the double album of his, like, vinyl. And I listened, and that, I mean, it's good. He's got good music. Like, his music is good.
Yeah.
I just never, I guess not growing up with that sound of his, I couldn't, his voice is just so off-putting to me.
It is.
I know, I've heard myself speak. I am off-putting as well. But, no judgment. I just, I was just like, oh, Prairie Wind. That's the name of it. Yeah, and Prairie Wind came out.
Prairie Wind. That's a good one.
No, it's not. It's the first time I heard Neil Young, and he was awful.
Whatever, man. That's a good one.
It came out in like 07, I think. 08, maybe 09. I don't know, something like that. Something along those lines. But I finally met the bassist that wants to play bass with me.
I can't remember if you told me you met him or if you were going to.
I have met him. I'm gonna try to start setting up some jam sessions for next week. So
cool.
Maybe I'll start playing music. I haven't touched my guitar since halfway through my pregnancy.
Oh wow.
I know. I moved out into the living room and I haven't touched it. Like literally, haven't even put my hand on it to touch it. So, yeah. I should probably do that, and I would like to jam with this guy.
Yeah, that'd be cool. It's always cool to jam with new people.
Yeah, I love new people.
Yeah, it's fun to jam with new folks and get ideas and feed off each other. It's pretty fun.
Jammer. Well, and I'm not a jammer, and that's not, and apparently what I hear from the session where he was listening to me and trying to play with me was like, I think she's trying to, so that's what I need. I'm like, yeah, sure. Whatever you think I was trying to do, let's go with that. Like, let's go that way, because he sounds great. Awesome. Because I am like, so not, there's only a few things in my music I'm very like, no, it's like this. Everything else, I'm like, yeah. For sure.
Yeah, man, I love to jam and like just make up shit on the fly. It's pretty fun.
See, I never really considered myself good enough musician to ever do that in the past. But you know, you don't have to be. You don't have to.
I suck, and it's fun. So, you know.
But
Yeah.
I look forward to connecting. Yeah, he seems pretty cool. He seems okay.
Yeah, I miss playing with Wayne, man. Back in the day, we'd just get bored.
Cool cat to play with. How is he?
He's good, man. He's working his ass off, doing the family thing, but doing good. He's living up in Rogers.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
No way.
Yes way. Yeah.
Oh my god! With what's her face?
Yeah, Michelle.
Joe.
Yep. Yeah.
Wow.
And they got a little girl. She's got to be like.
And all that happened. I remember. Yeah. I remember all that.
Yeah. But yeah. I'm trying to think. I don't remember how old she is, but you know, she's older than Nico.
Yeah, because you know. So I got a picture. There was a picture I saw of. I don't know if you have it or whatever, of all of us at their wedding.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna be going. I was only 19 at that wedding. I'm like going. Oh my god! I was like bone thin and like. But we're all wearing white for some reason.
Yeah,
like I can't.
we had to wear white.
Yeah,
Everybody
okay.
that was in the wedding, we all had to wear white. Yeah. That was fun though.
I remember that.
I gave like the best toast ever. Everybody loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember any of it. I remember us being inside of the house. I remember seeing that picture.
Yeah.
And that, but I have a memory of being inside their house talking to a whole bunch of people, and that's the only thing I remember.
It was like me and Josh and Paul, I think, I was the best man, and then as me and Josh and Brandon and Paul, and I forgot who all the girls were, man. I don't remember. It's been too long.
Brandon, that picture. Oh, we shouldn't be doing this on podcast time. I'm sorry.
It's all good, man. Yeah.
But I want to get that picture of him and Nikki to him. And you were supposed to give me information about them like a year ago.
His mom's never given me anything, man. So that's why. I just saw her yesterday.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I need to get hold of him because I'm sure he'd love that picture of him and Nikki.
He doesn't give his phone number out to anybody. Like,
I know. He's one of those fucking people. So that's why I was like.
He called me on accident, and so he had to give me his number that way. But
what a weirdo!
Yeah, but I didn't save it. Yeah, we exchanged. I gave him my number, and he stored it in his phone, and then he accidentally called me.
Divorced, yeah.
Yeah. That's why he's, kind of, you don't see him very much, I guess. I don't know.
I haven't seen him anyway.
Yeah.
But, okay.
Yep. I miss him being around, man. I hope he's doing,
I haven't seen him in 20 years. I didn't know he was around. I miss him.
I don't know where he's at, I just know, I just know he's okay because I talked to his mom, And,
well, and Josh, so I have to reach out every once in a while to Josh's sister to make sure he's still got a pulse check because he won't, But then he reached out to me randomly the other day. Not the other day, that's been forever. And I freaked out. And then, I don't know, I probably dropped off. I didn't want to tell him I had a baby.
Yeah.
I haven't told him.
You haven't told him?
No.
Oh, shit.
Well, I was afraid it would depress him. Because he's all out there by himself. I just didn't want to make it.
Yeah, no. I worry about him, man. I saw him in Walmart a while back, and he was working for somebody doing something in Walmart. I don't remember. But, yeah. Yeah, it just ain't the same, man. Everybody's like spread out now and got their own families, and things change, man. Unfortunately.
Rachel was born.
Yeah, Rachel was born. Yeah, it's nuts, man. How
Love you, Rachel.
everything changes.
I'm just a wee baby.
You're just a baby. I tell you that all the time, that you're a baby, and you don't ever believe me.
Hey, but it's okay.
Yeah, man, there's nothing wrong with being a baby.
Yeah, I can still hang with the cool cats.
Yeah. It's how I constantly say I'm a Gen Xer and not a millennial, because I grew up pre-internet time in Mountain View, Arkansas. So technically, you know, I'm dialed back so long that I mean, because they changed. So technically, I am a Gen Xer by age, but they moved the date or whatever. And I'm like, no. I was like, I always grew up with the older kids above me, and we didn't have internet or any of that other stuff filtering to us. So I'm a Gen Xer, 100%. But then my husband's parents are Gen Xers, and I'm like, never mind, maybe I'm not.
Yeah, I feel old, man. I feel real old. It's crazy.
God. Right?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, little Gen Xers. I'm like, that math doesn't make sense. I was like, that maybe it does.
My mom was the first year to be Gen X, and my stepdad is the last year to be a baby boomer. So they're technically in two different generations, but they're like 6 months apart.
That's funny.
See, I want to know when the cutoff is. I'm very curious what the cutoff and all that is.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't know. The whole, and then what's, I used to call them Generation Not My Problem, and it's So My Problem now. It's like, God, that's, yeah. That sucks.
Generation Not My Problem. That's good shit. Not my problem, man.
Not my chair.
Yeah, not my chair, not my problem.
But
Not my
that's what I-
children.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Things are so different nowadays than they used to be. It's crazy. Crazy,
made it.
crazy, crazy.
Hang out and talk. Is that a thing?
Do what?
Hi, we made it till 8 p.m. Can we just hang out and talk?
Yeah, I'm fine, man. Just whatever you cats want to do. No
I-
pun intended.
I could go get her, but this is fun.
the baby.
I should go get her so you guys can say hi.
Yeah, we always want to see the baby.
She's walking, talking. She's not really. She's ready to go.
Walking, talking. So what's up, Rach?
Oh, not much, man. Just chilling. My legs are they're falling asleep. I'm sitting in the floor.
Sitting cross-legged.
Yeah, crisscross applesauce.
Crisscross.
But you can't
applesauce.
say Indian style anymore,
Oh, brother.
even though I'm Indian.
Hey, engine. Oh, brother. I was just thinking, man, I wish I would have got a snack, but I forgot I got a blueberry pie.
Yeah, you got a blueberry pie in the car.
I do. Blueberry. Uh-oh, I hear the baby coming.
Okie dokie. You're gonna appreciate this onesie. The dad first
What's
onesie.
up, baby? What's it say?
Standing up. She's gonna stand up for you guys. Wait, where's Daddy done? There. Yeah. Say hi.
What's up, baby?
Hi.
What's up, baby?
She's like, yeah, it's the dad proof onesie.
Oh.
Arms here, legs here, snap.
Nice. That's pretty funny. Say, we have to have instructions for dads, man.
My dad. Nathan was like, I'm going to put this thing on you upside down just because.
Just
What are you going
because.
to do? I snap at your head.
Oh, brother. What are you doing, baby?
Are you tired now? You were standing up all day. She's like, I miss Mom.
What time does she go to bed usually?
So I put her down at like 11-ish.
Yeah.
And she slept till noon today.
Oh, wow.
But she usually does like 11:30 till like 9:30 or whatever.
Oh,
and then
wow.
she'll come for another nap. She's a good sleeper. I remember my mom saying the phrase one time, I raised you to be a good sleeper. And after I heard her say that the one time, I was like, I'm down with that. So that's what I'm trying to like. Come here, little shit. Hi. Hi there. She's like, I haven't been in my room in a minute. And I really want to look around. She loves it. I like her light. She's just like, whatever.
Whoa.
She loves her room so much. And she's just like, I'm always, yeah. She loves it. She loves
That's
it.
cool. I'm glad she likes it, man. That's awesome.
I am too. I worked really hard on it. And she just loves it in here. She loves the big building. I can't wait to tell her about New York City one day.
Yeah, that'll be cool. Tell her all kinds of stories. She'll appreciate that.
We'll take her. She'll love it. She'll be a New York City baby.
New York City, baby.
Her dragon has been all over New York City, so yeah, we call Dakota Dragon, so that way she doesn't touch the shoulder. Yeah. We have a puppy and a dragon, so.
Puppy and a dragon. Well, that's a good way to teach her.
Yeah, we don't touch the dragon. Was that a fart or a burp? Was that burp? Those are burps. Big burps. Well, we have big burps.
She's got to
big
show
burps.
off for the cameraman. Like, listen to this burp.
Who's watching? I don't know. Grandma was watching. I can look. I'm standing up by myself. Wow. Whoa.
Like, wobbly legs. Got spaghetti legs, man.
She really doesn't though. That was her balance. She like stiffens up, but she's
Oh.
now she's going. Now she's like, nope.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, one way. Like, what the hell? She normally like when I pick her up, she goes like belly down, like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay, now she's like bending the other way entirely. She's silly. Why are your cheeks red?
You're a funny baby.
She's a funny baby. She is. I'm funny. Oh, hi.
She's watching the screen. She's like, what's up, you weird dude?
Now, do you see yourself now? Say hi, me. Hi. Hi, me. Hi, everybody. Yeah, there's other people out there you're talking to.
Yeah, there's like all kinds of people will be watching.
Look at you just growing up. She's going to hate this when she's older.
Oh, yeah, you have to blackmail her with it later on.
Like, I put you on the internet. Oh. She's so funny.
She is, man. She's a cute little kid.
Oh, say thank you. Thank you, guys. Whoa. Whoa. Well, I love you all.
All right, man. Well, you have a good night, Kat. And I don't know what we're gonna do. Probably play a game of Fortnite or something, and then I'm gonna hit the hay.
Yes, I'm going to see. Like Nathan said, he was going to make breakfast for dinner, but
Yeah, that sounds good.
So I think he's going to grab us something for tonight.
Yeah, I don't sound too bad, man. Breakfast for dinner. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow.
And I made him go get blueberries just for blueberry pancakes for that reason. So maybe he'll do. Oh.
I got a blueberry pie, so.
Ooh. I love blueberries.
I do too, man. I do too. I love me some blueberries. But
I love everyone here. I love you guys.
yeah, I love you too. Everybody have a good night, and we'll see everybody next week. And Jay and I will be live Friday night, so anybody gets bored and wants to come over to that, we'll be talking toys and wrestling and all that fun stuff. So, all right, everybody have a good night, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.